Now, this Sunday, we're going to be reading a really nice passage from Isaiah. Isaiah, let me just read it so you can see. On this mountain, the Lord of hosts will provide for all peoples, everybody, a feast of rich food and choice wines, juicy, rich food and pure, choice wines. All right, so let's break this down a little bit. The mountain is, first of all, is a microcosm. It's a place where you can meet God. It's where the heavens and earth meet. So you have the earth, which is the mountain, and the top of the mountains in the heavens. And so that's where God is in the heavens, and we go up. So this is a meeting place that we have with God. Another wonderful thing about mountains is it gives you direction. So imagine you being on the ocean and you have just all you see is water and there's nothing to give you direction at all. When I went to Alaska, we were fishing about 100 miles from Mount Denali. Denali is the largest mountain in North America, and you can see it from 100 miles away. There it is, standing there. It gives you direction. It gives you a sense of where to go. So that's what the mountain is. The mountain is for people know where to go. They know where to go and meet God. And so the mountain gives you direction, and it gives you a meeting place with God. Now, on this mountain is going to be a great feast, and as you see, the ingredients to this is really terrific. You have rich foods, juicy, rich food. Now, one of the Hebrew words is marrow. Marrow is fat. So that's what makes meat taste really good is the fat. Now, how do you get fat in an animal? Well, you got to leave them out in the field for a long time. They just got to stay there and eat and eat and eat. So it's time. So you need a long time to get this meat that you're going to prepare for this meal. The other thing is choice wines. So so this is rich choice wines. So it's detailed. So I went to Napa Valley. And when I went there, they showed us the vineyards, and they had a lot of grapevines, and they were 12-year-old grapevines. And I said, this is the ideal grapevine is 12 years. You get the vines are matured, you get lots of grapes on them, and it's really tasty. And so this is your ideal. Way down in the bottom of the valley, they had grapevines down there, but they said that these grapevines were 100 years old. Now, the problem with 100-year-old grapevines is you don't get many grapes because it's old. However, the grapes that they get are really, they're the best. It's that you don't get many bottles of wine from these, but that's your expensive bottles. It will be down there in the valley. Again, time. It takes a long time to get really, really good, rich wine. So what's Isaiah saying here? He's saying that this is, in order to have this banquet, in order to have the ingredients for this banquet, you need a long time of peace between the nations. When there is war, the first things that go are the cows because the soldiers are going to kill them for food. They're going to trample down the grapevines. So if you have war every 15 or 20 years, you're not going to have the ingredients that you need for this feast. So what Isaiah is saying here is that you need to have peace. If you're going to do your job and draw all the nations, you have to be at peace with everybody. You can't be at war. Now, this is the Isaiah dream, but not all the Jews had this dream. You see, not all of them shared the dream that they wanted all the nations to be saved. Look at Jonah. Jonah went to Nineveh. He wanted to wipe them out. He didn't want them to be saved. Look at the Jews and the Samaritans. You would never have a Jew sit beside a Samaritan, never. But you can't have that attitude if you're sharing Isaiah's dream. God's dream is to have all the nations come together. But you're not going to have that. You're not going to accomplish that if there's hate or there is violence or dissension between the nations. Our job is to draw others to God. And that's to be a people of peace. That's when you're going to have these ingredients for this wonderful banquet that we're going to all share and sit down with God and enjoy this wonderful meal, which is symbolic of us meeting God on the mountain and drawing people there because we have prepared all the ingredients for this wonderful meal. So that's got to be our attitude. Our attitude, we have to share this dream that everybody is saved, that we really desire that everybody be saved. and to love the enemies, and to come to see that our job is to draw them to Christ, convert them, don't destroy them. Well, I hope this little passage here is very deep. It's very powerful, but it gives us a sense of our attitude that we have to have as Christians. So I'll see you in the next video.